In a quiet town nestled between green hills and winding rivers lived an old man named Elias. He wasn't wealthy by any standard. His house was modest, his clothes simple, and he owned little more than a garden, a radio, and a dog named Bruno. Yet, everyone who knew him swore he was the richest man they'd ever met. When people asked Elias about the secret to his happiness, he would smile and say, "Time is the greatest wealth we waste. I learned not to." Years ago, Elias had been different. He lived in the city, wore sharp suits, and carried 2 phones. As a young entrepreneur, he chased every opportunity. He rose quickly, money poured in, deals closed like clockwork, and his name appeared in magazines. But so did the meetings, deadlines, and 16-hour workdays. His wife, Anna, waited at home with dinner on the table, often cold by the time he arrived. His daughter, Sophie, would fall asleep clutching the bedtime storybook he had promised to read. "I'm doing it for them," he used to say. But the years moved faster than he realized. One afternoon, on his way to a high-stakes meeting, Elias got a call. Anna had collapsed. She was gone before he reached the hospital. No goodbye. No second chance. He took leave from work, hollowed by grief, only to realize that Sophie, now a teenager, barely knew him. She had learned to live around his absence. His wealth meant nothing. So, Elias walked away from the business. He sold most of what he had, bought a cottage in the countryside, and took Sophie with him. At first, she resented the move. But slowly, over garden walks and evening stories, they found their rhythm. He was there for her school plays, her heartbreaks, her dreams. They cooked together, planted flowers, and learned to laugh again. Time became their currency, measured not in hours lost to work, but in moments spent living. Now, in his old age, Elias sits on his porch, Bruno at his feet, watching the sun dip behind the hills. Sophie visits often, bringing her children. They run through the garden, laughing, chasing butterflies. And when young people in the village ask for life advice, Elias simply says, "Time is the greatest wealth we waste. You can earn back money, you can rebuild careers, but you can never reclaim time lost. Spend it wisely on love, on presence, on life." And the wind seems to carry his words through the trees, like a quiet warning to those still chasing what doesn't last.